Okay, so today we're going to dive deep into something that I know a lot of you have probably struggled with.
Uh-huh.
It's how to record TikToks on your iPhone or iPad without having to hold down the record button.
Mm-hmm.
Because especially if you're doing something where you need both hands, like you're demonstrating something or dancing or whatever you're doing,
Right.
it can be super annoying to try to do it all one-handed.
That's like the worst.
Yeah, so all the information for this is coming straight from this SocialWick Podcast episode
Okay.
that came out on March 29th. And the episode was called No Hands, No Problem, Mastering Hands-Free TikToks on iPhone and iPad.
So catchy.
Yeah, it is.
I like it.
So we're going to go through it and, extract the gold nuggets.
Yeah, the key takeaways.
Yeah, and make it super easy for you guys.
Awesome.
All right, so first up, let's talk about the problem.
Yeah.
So as we were saying, a lot of times you're trying to make these TikToks
Mm-hmm.
and you need both of your hands.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, okay, well, how am I supposed to do this?
Yeah.
While also holding down the record button.
Yeah.
So the good news is that there are solutions.
There are.
And that's what we're going to dive into.
Absolutely.
The episode is going to be focusing on two main methods for recording hands-free.
Okay.
So are you ready to get into method number one?
I'm ready. Hit me.
Okay. So method number one is actually using a feature that's already built into TikTok,
Okay.
which is pretty cool. They've actually thought about this and realized that people need to be able to do this.
Yeah.
So it's the timer feature.
Oh, the timer. Okay.
Have you ever used that?
I don't think I have, actually.
It's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
So you open up TikTok and you go to start a new video. So you hit that little plus button at the bottom of the screen.
Like you're creating a new TikTok like you normally would.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
And then on the right side of the screen, you're going to look for the timer icon.
All right.
It looks like a little stopwatch.
Gotcha.
And that's what you're going to tap on.
Okay.
Once you tap on that, you have two choices for the countdown. You can either choose 3 seconds or 10 seconds.
Hmm.
So this countdown basically gives you a little bit of time to get ready.
Oh, that's nice.
After you hit record.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get into position,
Uh-huh.
make sure you're in frame
Right.
and get ready to go.
Got it.
Then you're going to see this red bar appear on the screen.
Okay.
And this red bar is actually really cool because it lets you set the exact length of your video.
Oh, so you're not just stuck with like a certain amount of time.
No, you get to choose.
That's cool. That's really helpful.
It is, so you just drag that red bar to determine, if you want it to be a 10-second video or a 60-second video or whatever.
Awesome.
So you can really get it precise.
I like it.
Yeah.
Precision is good,
It is.
especially for TikTok.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to fit it into a certain amount of time with the music or whatever.
Yeah, sure. For sure.
Okay, so once you've set your countdown and you've dragged that red bar to get the length of the video that you want, all you do is tap Start Countdown. And after the countdown is over, it starts recording automatically, and it stops recording when that red bar runs out.
Oh, wow. So it's like completely hands-free once you hit start?
Completely hands-free. Yeah.
That's pretty slick, I
So
guess.
it's really great for things like if you're dancing, if you're doing one of those transition videos where you walk away and then you come back and you're wearing something different.
Oh, yeah. Those are cool.
Or if you're acting out a scene,
Uh-huh.
anything where you need to have both hands available and you don't want to have to worry about stopping and starting the recording.
That makes a lot of sense.
So that's the timer method. That was method number one.
Okay. We're one down.
We are one down.
That's method number 2.
Right. So method number 2 is a little bit more advanced,
Ooh, okay. I'm intrigued.
but it's super cool. And it uses a feature that's built into iPhones and iPads called Assistive Touch.
Assistive touch.
Okay.
Yeah, have you heard that? I think I've seen it in my settings before, but I don't actually know what it does.
So it's actually originally designed for accessibility. So it's to help people who have difficulty touching the screen
Uh-huh.
to be able to use their phone or their iPad more easily.
That's cool.
But it turns out it can also be used for this really cool hands-free TikTok recording hack.
Oh, I like hacks. Double thumbs up for hacks.
Yeah, so the way that it works is you basically train your device to do a specific action when you activate Assistive Touch.
Okay.
And in this case, the action that we want it to do is to simulate holding down the record button.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, so I know it sounds a little complicated, but it's actually pretty simple once you get it set up.
Okay, well, walk me through it. I'm ready.
All right, so the first thing you need to do is go into the Settings app on your iPhone or iPad.
Okay.
And once you're in the Settings app, you're going to scroll down until you find Accessibility.
All right.
Tap on Accessibility. And then within Accessibility, there's a bunch of different options. But the one you want is Touch.
Touch. Okay.
So tap on Touch. And then within Touch, you'll see Assistive Touch. I'm writing all this down, by the way. This is great.
And you're going to want to toggle that on.
Gotcha.
Once you've toggled that on, you'll see a little floating button appear on your screen.
Okay.
And that's the assistive touch button.
So I see it.
Yep. Okay, so for now you can ignore that. We're going to come back to that later.
Okay.
Now, while you're still in this assistive touch menu, you're going to look for an option that says create new gesture.
Create new gesture. Okay.
Yeah, and this is where the magic happens.
Ooh, I like magic.
So you tap on create new gesture, and it's going to take you to a screen where you can record a new gesture.
Okay, so what do I do?
So in this gesture recording area, you're basically going to tap and hold your finger in one spot for about 10 seconds.
Okay, so I'm literally just like holding my finger down.
And I'm just holding it down.
Okay, 10 seconds. Got it.
And what this is doing is it's teaching your device that this gesture, you holding your finger down, means hold down the record button.
That's cool.
Yeah. So after you've held it down for those 10 seconds, you save the gesture, and you can name it whatever you want. Like record button or something.
Yeah, exactly. Record button or TikTok record or, whatever you want to call it.
Make me a star.
Sure, yeah, whatever works for you.
Okay, cool. So I've got my gesture recorded and named. Now what?
All right, so now you're ready to actually use this for your TikToks.
I'm so ready.
So you open up TikTok, you go to create a new video like you normally would.
Uh-huh.
And this time, instead of hitting the record button, you're going to tap on that floating assistive touch button that we talked about earlier.
The one that popped up when I turned on assistive touch?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And then within the assistive touch menu, you'll see an option for custom.
Custom, okay.
And if you tap on custom, you should see the gesture that you just created.
Oh, cool.
So you tap on that gesture, and your phone is going to act like you're holding down the record button.
Wow.
So you can record your TikTok completely hands-free.
So to be clear, when I tap that custom gesture, it's going to start recording. And then to stop recording, I have to tap the screen again.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure I know how to stop this thing.
Yep. You always want to know how to stop it.
Yeah, exactly. Runaway train situation.
Right. So that's the assistive touch method, a little more advanced.
It is more advanced, but I feel like it's worth it.
It's definitely worth it, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing something where you need to record for a longer period of time.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like the timer method is great if you just need to do a short little clip. But if you're doing something where you need to record for a while, assistive touch is the way to go.
Gotcha.
So those are the two methods.
Okay, awesome.
So to sum it all up,
Yeah.
you've got the timer method, which is super simple,
Uh-huh.
built right into TikTok.
Easy peasy.
Yep. And then you've got the assistive touch method, which is a little more advanced, but gives you a lot more flexibility.
A little more customization.
Exactly. So no matter what kind of TikTok you're trying to make,
You got options.
you got options.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a way to do it hands-free.
Now that we've got these two techniques in our back pockets, I'm curious, what are some examples of how these could be applied to different types of content? Because obviously TikTok is such a diverse platform.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay.
So I think a really good example for the timer method would be if you're doing like a dance routine.
Okay.
Because a lot of times with dance routines, you have very specific moves that you need to hit at certain times.
Right.
And so you can use the timer to set it up so that it starts recording just before you need to start dancing.
Uh-huh.
And then it'll stop recording right when you finish your routine.
That's smart.
And you don't have to worry about fumbling with your phone.
I like it.
Another good example would be for those transitions that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Where you walk out of frame and then you come back wearing a different outfit or something.
Those are so fun.
They are really fun. And again, you can use the timer to make sure that you have enough time to get out of frame, get changed, and come back.
Sure.
And then for the assistive touch method, I think that's really good for things like if you're doing a tutorial.
Okay.
So like a makeup tutorial or a cooking tutorial or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
Because you might not know exactly how long it's going to take you to do the tutorial.
Right.
So you don't want to be limited by the timer.
You need that flexibility.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can just start recording with assistive touch and then stop recording when you're done.
Makes sense.
And it's also really good for things like if you're doing like a product demonstration or something where you need to show your hands a lot.
Right.
Because you don't want to have to be holding your phone the whole time.
It's so awkward when you're trying to show something with your hands and you're also holding the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Great examples.
So I think those are two really good examples of how you can use these two methods for different types of TikToks.
Awesome.
But honestly, the possibilities are kind of endless.
It really is up to your own creativity.
Totally.
These are just tools in your toolkit to make whatever you want.
And you can get creative and come up with your own ways to use them.
For sure.
So before we wrap up,
Yeah.
the SocialWick folks had a couple of really good pro tips
Oh, okay. I'm always down for pro tips.
that I think are worth mentioning.
Hit me.
So the first one is no matter which method you're using, whether you're using the timer or assistive touch, you always want to make sure that you have a stable surface to prop up your phone or iPad.
Okay. So like a tripod.
Yeah, tripod is great, or you can even just use like a stack of books or something.
Gotcha.
But the important thing is that it's stable because you don't want your video to be all shaky.
Right. Makes sense.
And the second pro tip is don't be afraid to mess up
Oh, that's a good one.
because TikTok has really great editing tools.
It does.
So if you make a mistake, you can always go back and fix it in the edit.
That takes the pressure off.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it.
So there you have it. Those are the two methods for recording hands-free TikToks on your iPhone or iPad. So next time you're struggling to figure out how to film your TikTok without having to hold down the record button,
I'm going to come back to this episode.
you know what to do.
I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, I remember that deep dive.
Hopefully this will help you out and you can create all kinds of amazing content.
And I'm curious, now that we've broken down these barriers, what kind of stuff are you going to make?
Yeah.
What's coming next for you? I want to know.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling inspired.
Me too.
Like, I kind of want to go make a TikTok right now.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I was thinking about doing a little dance.
Oh, yeah.
I got some moves.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to see it.
All right, you too. Show me what you got.
Okay, deal.
Awesome.
All right. So that's it for today's episode.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was fun.
It was a good one.
Until next time.
See?
Bye.